The notion that global warming is a war by the mainstream media against Christianity is a concept that has gained traction in some circles. While it may seem far-fetched at first, a closer examination of the issue reveals that there may be some merit to this claim. The mainstream media's relentless campaign to raise awareness about global warming and its purported causes has led some to suggest that this is not just a legitimate environmental concern, but also a thinly veiled attack on Christianity. One of the primary reasons for this perception is the media's tendency to frame the debate over global warming in terms of good vs evil, with those who accept the scientific consensus on the issue being portrayed as virtuous and those who dissent being cast as villains. This dichotomy is often presented in a way that resonates with the Christian concept of sin and redemption, with the media implying that those who do not accept the reality of global warming are somehow morally deficient. This kind of language can be seen as an attempt to supplant traditional Christian morality with a new, eco-friendly moral framework that prioritizes the protection of the environment above all else. Furthermore, the media's coverage of global warming often emphasizes the need for radical lifestyle changes and sacrifices in order to prevent catastrophic climate change. This can be seen as an attack on the traditional Christian values of prosperity and economic growth, which are often associated with a strong work ethic and entrepreneurship. The idea that individuals must sacrifice their own self-interest for the greater good of the environment is a notion that is fundamentally at odds with the Christian concept of individual liberty and responsibility. By promoting a philosophy of radical environmentalism, the media is, in effect, advocating for a form of collectivism that is antithetical to traditional Christian values. Another factor that contributes to the perception that the media's campaign on global warming is a war against Christianity is the way in which the issue is often used to promote a secular, humanist worldview. The media's emphasis on the need for global cooperation and collective action to address climate change can be seen as an attempt to promote a globalist, one-world ideology that undermines the traditional Christian concept of national sovereignty and patriotism. This kind of language is often couched in terms of a universal, humanist morality that transcends national borders and cultural differences, but which ultimately serves to erode the unique cultural and spiritual identity of Christian communities. Additionally, the media's coverage of global warming often features prominent scientists and activists who are openly hostile to Christianity and its values. These individuals often use the issue of climate change as a platform to promote a radical, anti-Christian agenda that seeks to undermine traditional moral and social norms. For example, some prominent climate scientists have suggested that the world's population must be reduced in order to prevent catastrophic climate change, a notion that is deeply troubling to many Christians who believe in the inherent value and dignity of every human life. By promoting these kinds of ideas, the media is, in effect, using the issue of global warming as a Trojan horse to promote a broader, anti-Christian agenda. In conclusion, while the idea that global warming is a war by the mainstream media against Christianity may seem far-fetched at first, it is a notion that is supported by a closer examination of the issue. The media's tendency to frame the debate over global warming in terms of good vs evil, its emphasis on the need for radical lifestyle changes and sacrifices, and its promotion of a secular, humanist worldview all contribute to the perception that this is a campaign that is fundamentally at odds with traditional Christian values. As such, it is essential for Christians to approach this issue with a critical and discerning eye, recognizing that the media's campaign on global warming is not just a legitimate environmental concern, but also a cultural and spiritual battleground that requires careful navigation and engagement.